Okay, everybody. Geek here with a quick OBS kind of tutorial. Just a basic setup for overlay, game monitor, webcam, and all that. In this one here, you do see I have an info writer here. I'm doing that. I picked that up from CB Gray. Great guy recommended it to me. She's using it for another project. We're going to try it out. But one thing that a friend of mine is having trouble with, and I'm going to try and help him out here, is how he's getting his overlay set up, how he's getting his gaming monitor into the system to show the game that he's playing, and how to go from there. So in this case, for this example, what we have, this is OBS. I'm sorry if this is making everyone dizzy. This could actually be your game that you're playing. In my case, in his case, it'd be Destiny 2 or something of that like. It'd be full screen. But for the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to just focus on this. All right. Now, in my thing, I just set up a GMD Geek test. You just name your scene, whatever. Add in your overlay. Okay. This is going to be your browser. In my case, I get a browser source from Stream Elements OBS Live. And all that is just a URL link. I set it to 1920 by 1080, which is the canvas ratio or size that I stream at, okay, which is 1080p. So that's what you want to set that to. And all you got to do is okay. I have my webcam. Now this is order, so they're not buried. And then on the very bottom, I have my gaming monitor. One thing I'm going to highlight here is when I click on the monitor, you see a red outline, right? This indicates this is the area of which my monitor is taking, or the game itself. Whatever my monitor is, my source that I want to be displayed. In this case, I chose a gaming monitor. This monitor right here in front of me, okay? I can use this red to adjust what is seen, where it is seen, and how much of it is seen. If I'm too big, it's going to show only what is available to the canvas size. And let me show you. So if I go too big, it's going to start going off the screen. So you need to drag it down. And if you don't know how big it is or where to fit, just make it small enough, center it up in your screen, and then slowly make your adjustments, okay? In this case, I'm going to go back to here. Gotta drop it down a little bit. You can use your mouse, your keys, the arrow keys on your keyboard to get it all set up. All right. And then once you've got that where you want, you can lock it so you don't accidentally drag it around or move it out of space. But these are in order. You have to have the monitor at the bottom, otherwise it's going to be, if you put the monitor on the top, the overlay is going to hide it, just like the screens and everything else. Let your browser overlays control everything. As again, too, you want to match this to the same size. What I mean by this, you also need to go ensure, and inside your settings, and you go to your video, you see right here your base canvas, that's the 1080. This is 1920 by 1080. All right. And I'm going to come back in here. You see I'm at 1920 by 1080. If I go into properties here, even though my gaming monitor is 1440, what I've been able to do is set the canvas to 1080. I've shrunk my gaming monitor. I'm still playing at 1440, but I've got the monitor set now inside the 1080 canvas, so they fit together. So whatever they're seeing on the end of the stream, the recording, whatever else, mates that 1080. They're the same size. It's kind of an optical illusion that way. But that's what you're going to want to do in order to make sure that you have the right size. This is a quick down and dirty, just a very simplistic way of looking at it. I'll go through my settings real quick here. In general, I don't mess with anything in the general unless you want to. Your stream, I go to stream, got the account connected. Output, the only thing you really want to watch here is I have it set to, if you have a GTX card, a newer one, NVIDIA, turn that on. Make sure you're using the NVENC, okay? I can't change it right now because I'm recording. It's going to be locked in. NVENC will take a huge load off of your system processor, your CPU. and put it onto the card to make it do more of the work. It balances out the loads. Also, depending upon your internet connectivity and system resources, all this stuff, you'll be able to set your bit rate according. You don't really need to go above 6,000 kbs. You could have 1 gig up, 1 gig down. There's no reason to go above 6,000 kbs. We're not broadcasting true 4K or anything like that, or even 8K. So you're not going to really do much. I see these guys post, well, I'm broadcasting it at 10,000 kbs. Well, that's fantastic. Don't do you any good. Audio, let's go back to output. You can do recording if you want. You can do your audio. You need to worry about that. Video, again, make sure you know your canvas. This is where you're going to set what you're going to stream at or record at. I am recording at 1920 by 1080, aka 1080p, and I'm doing at 60 frames per second. Okay. If you don't have a beefy, super beefy system, you got a little latency or anything, you could change this down to 720p and try at 60 frames per second. A lot of guys I know that game from console, Xbox or PS4 right now do just that. And they get a pretty good stream. 99% of the time, people aren't really going to notice too much of a difference between 720 and 1080. Just keep that in mind. All right. Hotkeys, you don't need any of that stuff. Advanced. Color space, make sure that you do. I did find this out. This helps quite a bit. Glad was streaming. He made this point out. I changed it, and wow, it did make a noticeable difference to the richness of colors. Color space under advanced. Set that to 709 and a partial. Kids are getting loud in the background. Gotta love it. And then you should be pretty good. Then again, put your overlay on the top. Browser source in there. Make sure you set the width and the height, 1920 by 1080, to match your overlay from wherever it's coming from. Most people are using Stream Elements or OBS. It's all going to be configured there. You want to set your width and your height to match what we showed earlier under settings for your streaming size. Then you want your gaming monitor. It doesn't matter that my display is at 2560 by 1440. What matters is once I set it up, that I drag it to fit into my canvas. All right. Now, if you guys have any questions about that, please let me know. Hit me up in the comments below. Send me a message on my Discord. Be happy to help. And this one's for Lamb, and I hope it helps out. And for anyone that's got any questions about it, I try to do my best to help people get their settings correctly done in Stream Elements or OBS Studio. They look a little bit graphically different. They're essentially the same. There's 3 different versions, 3 different flavors. There's other programs out there, but those are the ones I use mostly. I can help you with a little bit on XSplit if you guys want some questions on that. We can also do a different video where we do talk about how to set up your audio. And I got this one here. The other settings I have is a Wave 3 from Elgato, and I do use some of the settings in this for some audio controls and splitting that out. I'll do a different video on that. I've got a different video on it. I just haven't posted it. Anyways, if you got questions on how to set all this stuff up, hit me up. Let me know. I can walk you through it, do whatever I can to help you out. And if I can't, we'll figure it out together. And until then, you guys have a great day. Hit me up in the comments. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit it. It helps the channel out. Give me a follow, ring the bell, whatever you like, all that good stuff. And until then, I'll catch you guys later.